Alright, so snuff films are a reality. Human trafficking is a reality. And what is extremely unfortunate is that these rings are run by the U.S. military and different militaries worldwide. That's the nature of war and prisoners of war. And this is also happening in America. So from my investigation into these covens, I figured a few things out. And many times the military uses traps to set people up to be able to abduct them. And it's very easy to abduct homeless people. In New Hampshire, there is a huge drug problem. There are not a lot of cities. Most of the area is very rural. But there is a huge drug problem. And it's not because the people are bringing drugs into this area. It's not because some local gang is bringing drugs into the area. The whole drug operation is run by, again, the U.S. military, because that is their top way of how to control people. Drugs are mind control. You get people addicted to drugs, you control every aspect of their lives. They'll give you anything they own for more drugs. They'll use drugs until they're homeless on the street. So if you look on a map, or if you look up Peterborough on the internet, you're going to find a small village. But it's actually a larger city for the area. Most towns in New Hampshire, the town center, you're lucky if you have a church and a post office there. And when people are first made homeless, many times they have cars and they'll sleep in their cars. And often what they look for is a place to park, a place to camp. So they'll be attracted to places like a lake or a river where they can blend into someone on a holiday. So at this particular location right here, someone has marked this area with 3 red dots on a tree, 3 red markers on a tree. And that is to show people that there's a trail there. There's a public hiking trail. That's how public hiking trails are marked. And usually what happens is people follow a trail, and every few hundred feet is marked with another dot on a tree. So if someone's walking or driving by, these red dots on the tree will stand out as a public hiking place. But if you walk around the area, there are no hiking trails. And that is odd because the place is marked like would be at the beginning of a hiking trail. What there is these large boulders in front of this little sand lot type area. And it looks like people have been dumping sand and like debris from construction, like brick. And they may be doing that to keep the weeds down in the area. So it looks like something's back there. And I also found over there a campsite where it looked like they were building fires and cooking. So they had a steel drum cut in half and put on the ground where they had the fires in. And then they had a couple pots that they may have been cooking in. And then you'll find signs all over the area that says posted. No hunting, no motorized vehicles. Please respect the peace and tranquility of this place. And there's also little signs that say this property is protected by the conservation easement held by the Monadnock Conservancy. So the people may be walking along the area and see lots of no trespassing signs. Yet here they say no hunting or motorized vehicles. But all you have to do is respect the peace and tranquility of this place. So through these signs, they're basically giving people permission to hang out there, to camp there. And you can see these signs in this area, and they were also posted in the area that is exposed in part 6 of this series. It says okay to fish there, and then if you walk up that street, that is Crosby Road, you would see signs like that too. So if people are homeless or just looking for a place to hang out, they'll find these areas. Now this area that I'm showing you now is in a pretty nice area. There are houses up and down the street that appear like small mansions. This area is extremely well off. However, what stands out as most out of place is this one property that is completely disheveled. It looks like it should be condemned. There is garbage and debris all over the front yard. The structures look like they're falling down. It looks like a junkyard. And all around this place, there are signs that say no trespassing. Beware of dog and security cameras in use. And it looks like there are trails that lead off into something in back of this house. But I couldn't see exactly what because there's all these signs. So it kind of looks like a complete nut lives there. Among all these nice houses in Peterborough is this one disheveled looking hellhole with all these weird signs around it, and that is the nearest neighbor to the little conservation protection agency. Enjoy the tranquility of this place, just no hunting or motorized vehicles. So this guy will be your neighbor if you're a homeless or camping in that area. So this may be a trap where some homeless people who've run into some hard times are camping in that area. After driving around the area, they see that place is identified as a cool place to camp. The street is filled with real nice houses, other than this guy, who may or may not sneak up on them one night with his friends and some guns and then march them off behind his house and torture them to death.